We are at the U.S. Supreme Court. Last night at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, there was a deadline for the reply briefs from our opponents, the Nevada Democrat Party. Interesting enough, the party that tells you it's all about choice and decisions and liberty and freedom. We told you they redefined all of those terms because, the Green Party gets access to the ballot. But the Secretary of State, who is a Democrat, by the way, also filed a reply trying to keep the Green Party off the ballot in Nevada. Isn't it interesting that what they're actually doing in court is trying to make sure that there are less options for voters in Nevada to actually vote for? And that is where their briefs focused in on is, by the way, they waited, the Nevada Democrat Party, until the final day, the latest day possible, to file this challenge. Now, they could do that under strategy, but think about it. This is supposed to be the party of liberty, freedom, and choice. So they wait till the final day to file this challenge. And then the Nevada Green Party, of course, we filed suit, and we brought it to the U.S. Supreme Court, and we asked the U.S. Supreme Court to look at it. Their argument then in their reply, though, is that now they don't have enough time. They wouldn't have enough time to print the ballots, even if the court thought what they did was wrong. And that's kind of the classic thing here, Logan, is even if what the court did here is wrong, even if what we did is wrong, it's too late. We can't hit reprint on the machines. Everyone knows, I hope the Supreme Court justices realize too, that we live in a society where you can get things overseas in a day. It's not too late until the day has actually come, literally.
Yeah, to actually just print new ballots.
Especially
or to do
if you made an error as the state.
Right. I think that it's just so clear what's going on. That's maybe the biggest concern that everyone should have who should be watching this. Because you may go, why do we care? Why are we involved in the Green Party? Because it's just clear what kind of interference is trying to happen.
What's the latest poll? We got a Will to pull it up. What's the latest poll in Nevada when you look at Harris versus Trump?
Yeah, because you may be thinking, okay, well, the Green Party's what? Going to poll 1%? 1 to
3% usually in the states they're in. What's the latest poll?
So the Real Clear Politics average has Harris up 0.2.
Okay.
The latest polls, though, one, she is up 4, and Trump is up 3 in the other.
Okay, so all these margin of errors, and the Green Party gets somewhere between 1 and 3%.
Different game.
And we know whose votes those are likely coming from. Yeah. So, it's the Nevada Democrat Party. They're telling you. You don't have to be some political expert to figure that out. But the fact that they, as Democrats, try to act like they are we're friendly to all, accept all. They're not the big tent party anymore, Logan. They are you're either with us or we try to take you and destroy you. They did it to RFK. Yeah. They've done it now to the Green Party in Nevada, which, is a party that has had a long history of getting on the ballot.
Yeah, everyone knows the Green Party. It's not like this is some brand new thing. It's been around forever as sort of that known third party, if you will. Yeah. It's not unheard of. It's like that and the Libertarians. Like, we know them. They've been around forever at this point. Maybe explain what that means, because we're replying to a reply to a reply.
So we file a brief at the U.S. Supreme Court, and that's because this case had been adjudicated all the way through to the U.S. Supreme Court of Nevada. So we filed an initial brief. Then Justice Kagan, who is the circuit justice. So the justices, there's the 13 circuits in the United States. The justices divide those up. Because she's the circuit justice, you take that and you send your requested attorney, you file your brief with her. And it's almost like a cert petition / you're asking them to take some kind of action. So it actually says in there, this is both a cert petition and also a request to vacate or vacature, which is basically to take action without an oral argument. She then asked for briefing from the Nevada Secretary of State and the Nevada Democrat Party. And that briefing had to be in by Tuesday at 4 p.m., and it was delivered by Tuesday at 4 p.m. The Supreme Court rules are kind of silent on if you're the party who goes from the state Supreme Court like we are to the U.S. Supreme Court, do you get an automatic reply? It's kind of silent. So what you hear is, if you want to reply, you better do it quickly. So what do we do? Well, these came in at around 4 p.m. Eastern time. Yesterday, our reply is already in from the ACLJ representing our client. It's been filed. And so, again, that was put together by our team, basically working all over through the night last night because you were just starting to reply to something that you received late afternoon.
So what does that team look like? You're talking about a big group of people working on these things. You have to have
well, at least, probably 8 attorneys total, 4 of which are putting it together the entire time, and I'd say an additional 4 who are reviewing it constantly so that when the final edits go through, you can hit the button and deliver it. So yeah, you got upwards of 8, probably even more, close to 10 eyes on it.
Yeah, so I want people just to understand, as they give to the ACLJ, as they become ACLJ champions, that is people who are ACLJ, they're locked in. That's not including all the ancillary people that are involved in it. Of course, all the people in our production team that have to put on the show each and every day. It's a massive effort to get all of this going and to continue on the work.
Of the U.S. Supreme Court. The tables you've got to include.
Got to be perfect.
Appendices that you have to include. All of that, we have teams working on that while they're simultaneously editing other edits that have come through. And so, again, it shows you what we're capable of doing at the American Center for Law and Justice because of the resources you make available to us. And by the way, that's not like the only work we're doing at the ACLJ. It's not like the ACLJ somehow shuts down. It's actually, again, it's a team. That team is on it, and everything else moves forward.
Yeah, there's other teams working on other cases all the time. But I do want to encourage you, if you've ever considered becoming an ACLJ champion, over 21,000 of you have. An ACLJ champion is someone that gives on a monthly recurring basis at any level. I think minimum maybe $5 because of processing fees. So anything over that, you become an ACLJ champion. You can obviously cancel anytime that recurring donation, but it is tax deductible. And most importantly, really a brand new feature we have right now is your first gift will be doubled if you become a champion today. So you can scan the QR code. You can go to aclj.org right now. If you give $50, say I'm going to pledge to give $50 a month, that becomes $100 for your first time. Now, obviously, you're not being charged that. That is someone on the other side, another ACLJ supporter, ready to unlock an additional donation to match your first donation. So do that right now. I encourage you. Go to aclj.org.